Hi you guys and welcome to my channel. I'm back with a new reaction video. Hope that all of you are doing good today. So you guys have requested me to check out a video called Why Are Eastern Women the Best? And then it's a European flag, so it's under Tate. So he's referring to Eastern Europe. I'm from Stockholm, Sweden. It's in Europe, it's not Eastern. Eastern is like Poland, Ukraine, Bulgaria, Belarus, Romania, those countries. But yeah, let's see what his arguments are, why those women are the best. All right, so let's check this.
So this is the big difference between the West and the East. So in Eastern Europe, the girls are more traditional, more family-minded. This is the reason why people like the girls here, because they are more like.
And he said here, so I just
I'll cook.
got the info that he lives
so
in
they would
Romania.
never, no matter how much
But
they
he's
want,
from the UK.
even if they think there's nothing at the end of the sex, they don't want it. Ever.
Is-
It's never going to be like he's hot, so I'll fuck him. Doesn't. It's not how they're raised. It's not how they're like. Is he going to eventually give me a baby?
So would that
That's
be
how they
considered a negative part of the East then?
Well, I mean,
Depends on
I
what
don't
you go
know. It depends, because if you're coming here looking for a wife, it can be a positive. And
Right.
even now, the women I have are super loyal to me. They know I'm running
The
around.
women, does he
fucking
have
their moves.
multiple
They're still
women?
cleaning the house, cooking. They're really good women, and they're beautiful.
Maybe
and
just
they're-
dating around.
So there's definitely advantages to it. But the con is, when I'm in a situation where they look at me and think there's no way I can get a relationship out of this guy, then by extension there's no chance of sleeping. They're not. I'd like to say they're smarter than Western girls. So in London, you can be broke and you can be a nobody, and you can meet a girl and you can make her laugh and she'll fuck. He's funny. Eastern European girls will be like, I don't care how funny he is. I can't pay any bills. What the fuck do you mean funny? I need a husband, and I need a family, and I need a man who can take care of me. I don't care if he's funny. So, like in London, you got, if you're one of those boys who just like smokes weed and gets girls because you just smoke weed, you're gonna do terrible. Because girls ain't into that kind of shit. But there's a middle ground. When you get up to my level now, especially where I've been around for 4 years, all the girls kind of have heard of me or they know me, and they're like, you fucked my friend, or you fucked this girl, you were with this girl, or there's no way you're gonna be a boyfriend. It's like, yeah, but I'm getting old. I need 10 sons. Don't worry, bitch, you're the one. You know, we gotta play the game. But that's how it is. But I'm not complaining. It's just.
But so if you were in the West, you're saying in any Western country, then what do you think your experience would be like?
Well, I think you just tear through because girls would, because they wouldn't expect anything else. They'd be like, he's rich, he's hot, he wants to fuck. I'll fuck.
Well,
And so like all the shit that's a negative there would be a positive. Hence, Connor didn't even need the post.
see, I think we finally
it's
found.
interesting, like how people from the Western world talking bad about the Western world, but we have like the luxury, I would say, to grow up here because we have all the freedom.
The
That's
one
what we
reason
have.
why living in the U.S. Might be beneficial.
Independence.
Yeah, maybe.
It took us this long, but yeah, we figured it out
We taking it for granted.
finally.
I mean, and it depends what you want from women as well. But I mean, I'm definitely not going to say I'm retired from the game because I don't think any man.
What game is he talking about?
But I am
like,
kinda at the point where
just found
If
him. What is he talking
a
about?
girl can only give me sex and nothing else, I don't really want her. And I think a lot of that has happened because of the cam. Where I was running the cam for so long, I wanted money from women. I was getting paid so much money, and now I'm not so big in the cam anymore. But for a long time, I had beautiful women who gave me sex and cleaned my house and cooked for me and made me thousands of dollars. So now if I meet a girl and she's like, oh yeah, we can just have sex sometimes, I find that offensive. I'm like, well, I have to buy you dinner and all you're giving me
Me
is
too.
pussy?
And why
That
is
it?
that like the man have to buy everything? Like those, I don't agree with that the man has to pay for everything and stuff like that.
I feel like hold up,
it's a
man.
lot of pressure.
I feel like
What is
that all the time.
All right, so I didn't want to pause the video. I wanted to listen to the whole thing, but what he said, so he like compared like London girl with just like an Eastern girl. It was somewhere here, and said that like they would not just sleep around like a London girl would. But like the thing is, he generalized a lot. It's like I wouldn't generalize, for example, speaking of London. I'm not sure if he's from there, but like the prostitution in London, if you look outside of non-UK people, the biggest group of prostitution, sex slaves that get abused and used are Eastern women in London. Like, that's just facts. And I would never say that this is what the Eastern women do. Not at all. So that's why sometimes you need to be careful when you generalize. And then he's all for, like, the traditional woman, cooking, cleaning for him and stuff like that. And the thing is, like, I obviously, when I watch this, he's looking at it from a male perspective. So I can understand that from his point of view, but the thing is, people don't know what's going on behind closed doors in these traditional and cultural settings. It might look good from the outside, but it's a lot of things that you guys don't see if you don't live within it. For example, like, my dad escaped Iran when it was the Islamic Revolution, and I know that Andrew Tate, he is pro and say that Islam is the future and talk a lot of positivity about the Middle East and stuff like that, and they have good things, but it's also a lot of cons. Like, for women in Iran, for example, I have family members that got killed because of traditions, religions, and cultures that only accept one thing. Like, women, we're forced to cover up, and if we don't do that, it gets very bad consequences and stuff like that. So things that oppress us a lot, he don't talk about those things. So that's what I meant with that. It's two sides of a coin at the end of the day, but he's looking at it from what he benefits from. But he's saying some things that were right, like Eastern women, they're educated and they are traditional, and I grew up with some people from Eastern Europe, so I agree with some things that he say and some I disagree, but at the same time, the things I disagree on, like, he's a man, I'm a woman, we coming from different parts, even though I think that he grew up in the UK. So that's, like, interesting when I see people from the Western world criticize that it's so bad and this and that, and talk good about a side that they're not even from or have a history of in the first place. So with me having my dad escaping from a country and coming here, like, I have seen both sides of it a little bit, even though I'm born and raised here. But I think it's important to give a whole, like, talk about all sides and not just glorify a little thing, like, oh, she cooks and cleans for me and stuff like that. But like I said, it's from a male perspective, so I get it. And at the end of the day, depending on what country you're from, it's gonna affect how you move around and your freedom, your independence. Where he's talking about that kind of woman, like, they need a man because they're from such poor conditions that they need a man to take care of them. They want a man that they can depend on because they need it to survive. So it's understandable that how your situation look like, your actions are gonna reflect that at the end of the day. But yeah, like I said, it was some that I could understand, I agree with, and some that I don't. But I think it's important to hear each other out, look at the whole picture. But I'm gonna stop rambling. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree or disagree with him? Yeah, share your opinion down below. And thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Appreciate you watching. Bye.